Welcome to the next team interview, everybody. It's the Namekians we have here with us today. We have the captain of the Namekians, J-Man,
Hello, everybody.
and his supporter, Sin.
YOLO.
How you guys doing? Good?
I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Ready
we're
to talk
doing
about
all
your
right.
team?
I am certainly not ready, but let's go.
All right, cool. Let's start this off very easy then. Who's on your team? What are the fighters?
So, we got early Piccolo, late Piccolo, King Piccolo, Tambourine, Slug, and Baby Vegeta, Super Saiyan 1. I'm not sure what to call him.
He fits. He's like, Piccolo's a big baby, Slug's a really big baby, and we have a little baby.
It's good reasoning.
Sure. That's close enough. Let's go through how you guys would rank them then. Who's your strongest fighter? Who's your weakest? Who's in the middle?
I'm gonna give my rundown real quick. I'm sure Sin's will be different. Personally, I would slap him up as... Ooh, God, it's kind of like a tie between Tambourine and Baby for me, then late Piccolo, early Piccolo, Slug, King Piccolo.
Okay.
For me, it would be definitively Tambourine, Baby, late Piccolo, Slug, early Piccolo, King Piccolo.
Okay. That's I think that's pretty much those aren't too
In
different.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're not too different.
I'm not out here like Slug's our best.
Yeah.
He's your
I
new
mean-
character. I would hope he's not already at the top of your list. That's either very concerning for you or everyone else.
Oh man, it's Tambourine, son. Tambourine's out there with them fists.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna reinstate our team's manhood.
Sounds like you like Tambourine.
I do.
Yeah. Speaking of those.
One big pickly boy.
Yeah. Speaking of that, who would you guys say is your favorite fighter? Is it Piccolo, or Piccolo?
I think it's
most certainly
Piccolo
Piccolo.
Senior.
Piccolo Senior.
No, it's definitely my favorite fighter is actually definitely Slug actually.
Slug.
My favorite by far is late Piccolo. I love light grenade attack. Maybe not for like it's pretty good in the league, but just in general, I think that's one of the coolest attacks that he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Just wish Hell's Grenade wasn't so,
I'm sorry, that's got to be the best ultimate in the game.
It's real good. You just I miss. What?
Is there a reason you like Slug so much?
Slug is I like the fact Slug is a rather big individual, and then he gets really low and you beat him up like, oh, he's on the ropes. Got him. He's like, psych, I'm really big. I like apes. I'm a former Saiyan.
I guess there's a bit of similarities with him then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's get into a bit more of a serious topic then. This offseason's had quite a few changes. There's been a few mods added in place. You guys have swapped out one of your characters. You have a new FA. What have you guys done? Has it been like a total rework on your team? Have you made just minor changes here and there? There's a whole new character, so there's that.
The offseason has been extremely long this year,
Yeah.
and so we've done way more testing than we rightfully should have, and it's led to a lot of interesting discoveries,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate all of them.
He does. But no, yeah. I mean, honestly, with the loss of Nail, we basically have like a whole because Nail took up a lot of Prataras for us to get him to work the way we wanted him to. So now we have all of those freed up, and we were able to rework some of the characters. And yeah, with how long this offseason lasted, we were able to get like multiple builds on some characters more than we rightfully should have. But yeah, Slug's doing all right as our new character. We switched him for Nail. He's basically a tank right now, is what we're doing with him. And
He's a
he's
big
been doing,
old punch stick. It's great.
yeah, he's solid as a rock. And then of course Baby is our FA, and he is a melee monster.
Yeah. Baby, much like the Super Bowl, was designed to punch people in the face.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've talked about how you've got multiple. I heard you got a bunch of builds on for every character, or most characters. Are these like very different builds where you have a fallback in case one role
A
for the
lot of
character
it
doesn't
is-
work, or just tweaked versions?
A lot
It's
of it
more
is
of
backups.
Yeah, backups and then lineup based. So if we
Yeah.
want, for instance, we have an attack build for 3 or 4 characters. If they're not performing on their attack build, we can switch them off and then switch somebody else on as like their as a reserve attacker, I guess.
That's also always been a strength of Namek itself, is that from week to week we shift our builds pretty heavily, so there's not really a tied down way that we operate.
Very unpredictable team.
Yeah, the only thing that's really constant is that Tambourine's gonna punch you in the face with Eternal Life. So
yeah.
That's been a constant since what, like season 5?
somewhere on there.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Fair point.
We call him Bone. This is what he break when he hit.
All right. Let's talk about Slug and the new edition that is. How did that whole situation occur? So there was last season where you saw his potential on Rugrats, and then there was the decision to drop a character. How'd that all work out?
The previous because I was there for that. The previous coach was hawking Rugrats for potential on Slug, because we for a long time had recognized that a few of our characters had less than stellar growth rates in terms of potential in the league, and so we saw Baby had the potential. Not Baby, sorry.
Slug.
Slug had the potential to just eat up hits and then get bigger and just heat and just be nasty, really. And so we modeled him after, obviously, their builds. But people like Baby from last season and Majub from last season, and just, that tanky melee fighter that sometimes throws out a B2 or 3.
He's a very slow fighter.
Yeah.
Just even in his attack speed, it feels like he just feels slower. So I felt like, it does work on him, and he gets off a couple B2s, and
That's good. How did the decision to drop Nail come into play? Was there any back and forth between who to actually drop, or was it, let's drop Nail?
We're still going back and forth about that shit.
yeah, it's still somewhat of a debate. We were able to do some tests, obviously, before the drop, and Nail was struggling, and early Piccolo was actually performing, and so it kind of put into question the previous decision of dropping early Piccolo. And there was some more behind it. Nail is a safe drop.
Yeah.
Whereas early Piccolo, we could never see early Piccolo again.
Right. Earth Defenders.
Right.
Earth Defenders
And
Dragon Ball Warriors. Yeah, specifically the new coach of Dragon Ball Warriors said, if you drop him, he's mine. I was like, oh, okay, but it's not.
So there was definitely some thought behind it, because I believe in early Piccolo. I thought he did have some potential. Maybe he doesn't end up being the greatest, and we do drop him after this season. But
Yeah.
I do believe that he, first of all, is a safer than Nail, so that's already a bonus. And then we can always get Nail back next season. So
Yeah,
Bit of
I
a
mean,
long
after
term.
you're done fixing him, we can always just give you a good handshake and say thank you and pick him up.
Slide the 20 under the table, that's how it goes.
Definitely.
All right, let's change topics just a little bit. Going away from your characters and onto how you set up for a match. How do you guys handle your lineups and build creations? Do you, when you're setting up for a certain opponent next week, do you do it on this day we're doing rotation picking, the next day we're doing who starts, who ends, third day we tweak the builds to make sure they fit with all these people? Or is it like really
That's more Harame's speed.
I'm aware.
we I don't know. I think everybody thinks about it on their own during the week. Usually I'm
Somebody
pretty.
will usually post a full build lineup and be like, what do we want to do? This? And then we're like, maybe this, that. And then we just pick at it until it works. And then we repost the big
the
one.
final.
Yeah.
So,
It's just kind of like putting up an idea and then taking away and adding to that idea. But
Yeah,
usually
it helps to have the visual
stays
wall
around
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it never
anybody
changes
jumps in?
much.
Okay.
Yeah, just you show up, you say your 2 cents, and you peace out. It's really just all it is.
Mhm.
When it comes to starting the conversation, literally anybody starts it any week. It can be-
Anybody
Yeah.
can start it. We don't really have like I'm not like, hey
We're all
guys, I
busy,
need to
so we
post
meet
it.
up. Yeah.
Right. It might not be
We're all meetups.
designated, but like there's no one person who usually starts it. It's just whatever.
It's usually either Abe or
It's either me.
yeah, Abe or Joby, but it's because I'm so busy with Naruto League. I just kind of
That's
throw my ideas out when they come up, and that's about it.
Yeah, and we all think, I mean, maybe we don't all think around the same area, but we all know from testing what we think the character should do, so we already know what we're going to say.
We have a pre-established way of doing things based on this extremely long off season.
Right.
You're on the same team, in other words.
Yeah, basically, we're all in the same page, the same book, except for the fact that I only read Braille.
Okay. I don't know how you only read Braille online, but sure.
He
My
it's a
computer's very
voice to
special.
Braille, so
Voice to
it
Braille.
says like dot,
I-
dot. You know, he learns.
That's impressive. It's very
It's really
impressive.
great.
And we should probably make sure people know you're being totally serious, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just want to make sure everybody who doesn't know you
Yeah.
knows you're being serious.
Sin is actually blind. If you don't know this,
Completely legit computer program.
jokes. They're there. I'm not blind. I'm sorry if I've offended you. If you are of the blind variety,
Of the blind variety. That's a new way to put it.
listen, man.
I
You gotta invent new phrases in life
I
sometimes.
like that. I like that. I'll take that from now on. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's change speeds a little. Let's make a couple predictions.
Let's go.
Who's gonna be the best fighter on your team this upcoming season? So like
Me.
you're gonna jump in and you're gonna punch people out. You're gonna go.
Oh,
elite.
dude, I'm ready. I'm a boxer. Let's go.
You're a boxer. I want to see this.
I'm gonna go in and punch Squeed. Ah, no.
Oh, you got him. It's over.
Trap shooter. No.
That's one of your moves. I love that.
I mean, finger
Definitely.
blast barrage.
Finger blast, bro.
I'll talk about my warlock.
All right. In all seriousness, though, as serious as this question gets, who do you guys think is going to be your best fighter next season? Where are they going to rank in the league?
I think Baby's gonna be our top fighter, mostly because Tambourine sometimes flops on a defense. So in terms of ranking, I think it's gonna be Baby or Lip Piccolo.
I was gonna say late Piccolo because he is a really great fighter. Maybe his build isn't completely problem free yet, but I believe that we will find one because obviously he did have I think an elite week back last season.
He tends to get one at least every season.
Yeah, he's just an all-around really strong fighter. If he'll spam his B2s, especially because they do enormous amounts of damage.
Yeah, like Super 214K special beam cannons. That's always fun.
Not charged.
Yeah. Here, hold this. What?
Yeah. So I think that he has the potential to be the top fighter, for sure.
What do you think if you guys have different answers? So where do you think your respective choice is going to rank in the league? We got stats.
I think
we got
Baby's gonna be somewhere in the top 10, towards the bottom of top 10.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I have lots of faith in Baby.
I want to see this.
LP, I think it's somewhere in the top. I would say 15, maybe towards the bottom of 15, just because there are so many other strong fighters in the league, and our strongest fighter may be like the second strongest fighter on a different team.
Yeah.
I will say, I've always hated going up against LP. Those like 10k light grenades. So I can definitely.
That's a real.
Yeah. All right. So in a similar vein, who's gonna go elite? Is it gonna be your best fighter? Or is it gonna be someone who has like really?
It's gonna be Maju versus us.
Let's pick an elite character on your team, or if you want to say no one goes elite.
If anyone has the potential to go elite, it's late Piccolo.
I would say late Piccolo or in testing we had early Piccolo on a Super 2 build, and when he threw out his ultimate, it would do 20k, and
Yeah.
So if we could get that possibly to work, I think that he could go elite so easily. Because he literally takes out half of a character with one attack.
Yeah, he's a real boy.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
The big boy. All right.
Yeah,
So-
so our Piccolos are definitely the most bursty people, which tends to lead to a.
Well, your Piccolos are basically your team, so.
Well, I
We
meant
should
like
be
the two
two
literal
Right,
Piccolos,
right.
not early Piccolo. Sorry, not KP
I got
or Gambarinu. So
you. I got you. Okay, on the flip side of this, who's gonna derp out and cause your team's derp of the season?
King Piccolo.
King Piccolo.
Is he gonna get too smug during the match?
I think he's not gonna get smug enough.
Not gonna get smug enough. Smug's his power.
Yeah.
Smug is his power.
He is literally the most inconsistent fighter in my opinion. There's weeks where he will do really great, like the week 1 of the preseason, and then in testing we'll do a test and he does maybe a bar of damage. He's the most inconsistent fighter.
He's like an average 30k fighter, which is annoying. Because he sometimes goes nuts and gets like 70k damage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it happens in the playoffs, there's only a few matches in there.
Oh boy! Joyous day playoffs!
Woo.
We ain't gonna make
That's a
playoffs,
while
man. Have
down
you
the
seen
road.
my division?
Hey, man, your entire division's moving up one. Just remember that. You guys are all going into North Kai.
I would be okay with that.
Speaking of moving up and what could happen at the end of the season, what's your guys' goal for this season? Is it to make the playoffs? Is it to go into North Kai? Or is it get someone to lead or whatnot?
I move out of my divisions in playoffs. So like past my division in playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You said
so
move
that's
out.
good.
If I was gonna ask, are you gonna like be okay with going
No,
to West Kai
I
in
phrased
playoffs?
that really weird. Yeah, we're gonna break into South Kai playoffs. Like, what up?
Wreck your shit.
I'm here for the booze.
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely only get past at least one playoff round.
Get past one playoff round.
That's a goal.
I see you guys doing it. You guys were a strong team last season. I think you guys have improved.
We miss our though. So we lost a
Yeah.
big strength.
Nah, gotcha. All right, let's talk about what made you guys join the Namekians.
Okay. I guess. Well, actually, Sin, you go first since you technically joined first.
Yeah, I joined due to a long-standing admiration of Zal. And Zal announced that he was leaving, and I made that decision right there and then to when the season was over to join them because I wanted to take up the mantle of Namek. But unfortunately, some things happened. I didn't get it, and Joe got it instead.
Yeah, I've been a fan of the league for a long time, and honestly, one of my favorite characters has always been Piccolo. And I was friends with Sin, and I wanted to be on the same team as Sin. And so when he said, "Hey, man, let's join," or like, "You should join Namekians too," I was like, "Well, I'm Namekians, so if I need to pick it, like, I wanted to join DBZ League as a member,
Supporter.
so yeah, as a supporter. So I was like, I guess Namekians is a great choice for me. And then of course there was the captain tryouts, and I decided, hey, let's give it a shot, and ended up getting it. And this
In
was,
both leagues, I asked him to try out for a team, and he got one in both teams, and I feel really bad. 'Cause now he has like triple the workload.
Oh.
I'm also an editor, so yeah.
Oh.
And he's going to college full time. It sucks. Ah, Cat, you are so vicious. Sorry.
Does your cat want to do the interview also?
Yeah, my cat very much wants to interview. She wants to eat my flesh and assume my skin.
Ah.
Mm.
Interesting.
Ex-girlfriends, man.
Yeah, definitely. Mm.
Hmm.
This cat is very mean.
All right. Slightly different subject. what is your favorite Namekians moment in the league? It can be in match, or it can be something that happened in the forums or on Discord, but it's gotta be Namekians related.
Honestly, this happened in the Discord right around the time that I got captain. Sin and I started chanting Namekians,
Oh, no.
and everybody was getting really annoyed with us. But like, I forgot why it even started. But Abe was like, he was so embarrassed, and everybody was like, "What's going on?
Who are these guys?
Sin and I were chanting, "We are Namek," over and over.
This is
That was a good
takeover.
time.
Nice.
Yeah,
The Namekian takeover of Discord. Perfect.
it was great. That's also mine because I didn't have one until I remembered that. So
A nice team bonding moment.
Yeah.
yeah,
All right, we've gotten to the end of your guys' interview, and I've got one last question for y'all. For the people who are looking to declare for a team, who are considering being a supporter, how will you convince them to consider your team? What bribe do you have?
we're shit posters. Let's go.
That's.
good.
I don't know if that's a good. We'll
Well,
see.
some people prefer shit posting.
That's true.
If you want to have fun and maintain a light, levity-filled conversation while also making fun of everybody that you know and love in the league, join our team.
This is a pretty good argument. I would say we are a very flexible team, and we are very. I guess I am very open to trying new things. So if you were to want to join a team, a new team, we would love to have another supporter give us a new perspective on things. And also, I might add that we are, as Sin would say, shit posters, but I would say we like to keep things at least a little fun.
All right, so you got two sides to it.
Yeah.
You got flexibility, openness, and shit posting.
Yeah.
You covered
It's a
the
long-standing
table.
history of shit posting too.
Yes, I'll confirm. Sin is definitely a shit poster.
So is Zell, and the coach before it. It's a long lineage of shit posters. The Namekians are a very smug race.
We are a very rich, diverse group.
You do have King Smug on your team, so.
Oh yeah, and also if you want to see like late Piccolo do a light grenades, we're your team.
Or
If you
Hell's
want to
Grenade.
confuse everybody in the league by having late Piccolo and early Piccolo in the same costume, on totally different builds.
Completely different.
We mentioned their shit posters, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's everything. Unless you guys have anything else you want to say, plug, whatever. You can say that.
Check out the Naruto League Rumaka cast, boys.
Yeah, no.
We're both founding members.
Oh, both of them are.
Yeah.
Go check that
I mean,
out if you care about the Naruto League.
Yeah. And yeah, you can hear my voice again, but it's not great.
Nah, man, it's lovely.
I appreciate that, but
Bye-bye.
Yeah, adios.
see ya.